माला सुदाम कुंभ विबोध मुद्रा विद्या विराजत करवारी जाताम अपार कारुण्य सुदाम्बुराशिम श्री शारदांबा प्रणतोस्मि नित्यम. Seeking the benediction of Jagannmata Sharada Parameshwari, Vagdevi Saraswati, that repository of all that is culture, knowledge, tradition, wisdom, art, learning and fine art, I bow to her as I commence my address today. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this pleasant function organized this morning, being the annual meet of the stakeholders of our society, the South Indian Education Society. Over the years, this event has graduated to become a definitive part of the annual calendar of events of the society. It is just not a meet to greet, feed and eat. It is a meeting of minds, exchange of thought process, interplay between the stakeholders of the society, a unidirectional assessment of the year that is about to slip by into the pages of history of this institution by the management, and to trigger the drawing board for the way forward in the immediate year following, and the realization of the near, the medium and the long-term goals of the organization. It is an occasion to remember all those who staked a substantial part of their life journey in furthering the cause of education through our society and its institutions, and during the year that is about to slip by, terminated their life journey and moved to the abode beyond, from where they will continue to bless us. We remember all of them with reverence, regard, and gratitude. It is equally so for people who have served us for a very long time with unremitting devotion and attention, and then by the legal process of separation brought about by the concept of superannuation, have to move away from day-to-day functioning of the society and move into what we refer to as retired life, still remaining connected to the institution. It's time to thank them all for all that they have done during their tenure of their association with the society. There are still some who are continuing to be part of the institution, but have reached a milestone in their journey with us, a silver 25 long years in the cause of education, starting young and continuing to be with the institution. It's time to honor them and continue to motivate them for greater contributions in the remainder years before superannuation. To the teaching staff of this institution, who have always thought it fit to fill their armory with more arsenals so that they are competitive enough to meet the growing expectations and aspirations of the student community, enriching themselves through higher learning, through doctoral studies that would have been completed during the year, those who acquired a PhD during the year that's about to go by. And to the non-teaching staff of this institution, who have always been conscious of the fact that they have to upgrade and elevate themselves in their support services to the teaching faculty to give the very best to the student community during the prime of their youth in their association with this institution, enrich themselves with superior qualifications during the year. They deserve to be brought to the stage and honored. To all those stakeholders, present, past, alumni, teachers, students, who have done exceptionally well in the year that has gone by, done themselves proud, their families proud, and more importantly, kept the flag of SIES flying high, it's time to think of them, felicitate them, and keep motivating the rest to reach greater heights of glory in the years ahead. The growth and direction of our society has always been conditioned by the mission plans that we have drawn for ourselves. There are two missions which are currently guiding the society in its future plans and current activities. Mission 2025, which is the strategic plan for the period 2018 to 2025, a 7-year period, and the second period of consolidation from 2025 to 2032, the year in which the society will be celebrating the centenary of its useful existence in the cause of education. There were 4 major goals that we had set for ourselves in Mission 2025. To have at least 25 institutions under the SIES family, a student strength of about 50,000, to bring all the institutions of higher learning under the SIES University to be created, and above all, to widen the access, provide equity through affordability, and enhance quality with a view to provide the best of educational services and emerge as one of the most admired academic institutions in the country. I have great pleasure in telling you that we have gone quite a distance, substantial distance has been covered in the realization of the various milestones that we had set for ourselves under Mission 2025. The year 2023-24 will go down as a watershed in the annals of history of this institution for the record achievements that have been all achieved in a single year, and particularly in relation to the expansion, the augmentation of the academic infrastructure with a view to bring in more disciplines and also increase the number of students who can partake the benefit of education from our society. This year will be known and remembered for the maximum new institutions that have been created and are at the verge of being created. The SIS Activity Research Center was inaugurated on the 20th of May 2023 at the onset and the eve of the IPRI 2023 conference hosted by the SIS School of Packaging, the International Association for Packaging Research Institutions, in its 51st year, headquartered in USA, in the 31st edition of its biannual members conference, came for the first time to India, and it was hosted by the School of Packaging, with a view to ensure that more than 50 foreign delegates, mostly from developed nations, who were coming for the conference, get a glimpse of the facilities that are available in the School of Packaging for education, research and training. We thought it fit to inaugurate it on the eve of that conference, which has indeed been one of the most successful international conferences that have been held by us in recent times. The SIS School of Packaging, the Packaging Technology Center, and the SIS Indian Institute of Environmental Management, which were hitherto housed in the Nerul campus, shifted to the state-of-art campus, which was inaugurated then. The SIS Seniors Home was moved to a more serene and cerebrous environment within the temple campus by construction of a new home, Kamakshi Nilayam, at a cost of over 14 crores of rupees. It was inaugurated on the 3rd of June 2023. The SIS School, the vertical expansion of all the institutional blocks within the Nerul campus was completed during the year, substantially expanding the academic space that is available in that campus for expanding the courses of each of those institutions. The SIS School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, the institutional building has been completed. It is now undergoing interior work, and before the fall of summer, it will be inaugurated. Constructed at a cost of over 70 crores, this will be one of the finest infrastructural guided pharmaceutical education institutions in the country, and it would not be ere long before it emerges as one of the dominant centers, destinations for seekers of pharmacy education in the country. The SIS School of Physiotherapy will be approved very shortly and shall begin its academic programs from the coming academic year 2024-25. It shall function from the SIS School of Packaging building, which was vacated by them when they moved to the new premises. In the plot of land that has been released by the SIS Seniors Home, a state-of-art building, an academic tower, a superstructure, a skyscraper is being created. It will be aesthetically crafted, iconic structure, which shall be the cynosure of all eyes in the Nerul area and its vicinity. It shall house the SIS School of Nursing, the SIS School of Law, the SIS School of Foreign Language Study, the SIS School of Music, Fine Arts and Classical Studies, and more importantly, the SIS Incubation Center. The society has entered into an active collaboration with CIIE of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, to foster, promote, and sustain entrepreneurial spirit across the campuses of the society. The initial seeding efforts of identifying the talent within the campus and the past students of the institution who still are driven by the urge to be generators of employment than being seekers of employment has resulted in a fairly substantial number of students showing great interest in being incubated and made fit to get into the world of challenges. Few of the students have already been selected. They are undergoing this process. And as we travel along, we are very confident that the SIES Incubation Center shall turn out several entrepreneurs of standing that this country shall be proud of. And this state-of-art building is constructed at a cost of about 100 crores of rupees. The entire Mission 2025 investments which have been done till now have costed us 175 crores of rupees. And I can tell you with reasonable confidence that we shall be able to complete the academic tower as well and ensure that our resources are always solvent enough to guide the various academic programs and the expansion that we take up. As far as the academic front is concerned, the SIES Graduate School of Technology, in its second cycle assessment by NAC accreditation, secured the A+ grade and is now preparing itself for accreditation by NBA. Again, it is one which was accredited earlier, which is being revived for most of the major programs that are on offer as degree programs from the SIES Graduate School of Technology. It has also got approval under Section 2F of the UGC Act of 1956, paving the way for this institution to become an autonomous institution from the beginning of the next academic year. The SIES Nehru College of Arts, Science and Commerce was conferred autonomous status by the University Grants Commission during the year, becoming the third institution in the SIES family to have got that status. And with the SIES Graduate School of Technology reaching that position, there will be 4 institutions in the next academic year which will have the status of autonomy conferred by the Government of India. The SIES College of Arts, Science and Commerce was elevated from its autonomous status as empowered autonomous status by the Government of Maharashtra. It is one of those 12 institutions across the state of Maharashtra which has been conferred this status and privilege of being an empowered autonomy. Only there are 12 institutions in the country, including all the BJTIs, all the IIMs which are over here. So that's a great singular achievement of the College of Arts, Science and Commerce during the year. The college has also applied for, completed the process for NIRF accreditation from the Government of India. The National Institute of Ranking Framework, it is absolutely sure that it shall be assessed and accredited during the year. Once NIRF accreditation is being done, the college will be in a position to add on many more institutions, many more courses under its fold. The SIES College of Arts, Science and Commerce had also applied for deemed to be university status under Section 3(1) of the UGC Act 1956. The application has been scrutinized, found to be in order, and is now going through the subsequent processes before it can be declared as a deemed university. And in the scheme of things, it's our prayer as well as expectation that the beginning of next academic year, we will have the deemed university, the SIES University, in place. And since the SIES college would have gone through the NIRF assessment, it will be able to take on board all the institutions of higher learning of SIES in the university from day one. Universities are essentially a creation of a process of law. Conventionally, universities are created by acts of the state or that of the parliament, and the growth is guided by newer institutions of learning, other institutions of learning unrelated to the university getting affiliated during the course of the journey of the university. Thereby, the university grows. The SIES University is being started on an entirely different premise. From day one, the university will have all the institutions of higher learning of SIES brought within it so as to give it a robust, strong and a mature foundation so that it can have an impactful contribution in the several domains of higher education that will be on offer from the SIES University. Universities are the link and the key to the direction of a nation. From times memorial, institutions of excellence that this country had, Nalanda, Pataliputra, Takshashila, had provided guidance and direction to the emerging India. Equally so are the academic campuses, which are the nurseries for the development of the people of the land to which they belong to. Youth means energy. It is also the ability to do things differently with skill, speed, and scale. Singularly, India is the most youthful of the large economies in planet Earth at this point of time. More than 53 crore of the Indian population is below the age of 25. These are the architects of our destiny. They are the custodians of our future. They are those who guarantee the safety, the security, and the sovereignty and the freedom of this nation. In their safe hand lies the future of this nation. They are not just equal to the task, they are more than equal to the task of taking India to its rightful place amongst the community of nations of the world. For several factors, both national and international, India in recent times has come to be welcomed and acknowledged as part of the global solution to the several issues that the world order has been facing. There can never be a better time than in the history of this, long history of this nation, than to be a youthful Indian. India is the largest growing economy in the macroeconomy in terms of GDP. It is the fifth largest in size in the world today, and in 2 years' time shall be the third largest, next only to USA and China. India is home to startups. It is the fourth largest startup universe in the world. But today, the environment is driven by a rage of innovation. As against around 4,000 patent applications that were received in the year 2014, yesterday I saw a judge of the Supreme Court saying 48,000 patents have been granted and about 100,000 patents have come each year. In an innovation-driven country, there can be no better sign for growth than the ability of the people to innovate, create, and recreate out of nothing to make a country which is strong and sound. India also is home for these startups which are there. And today we had hardly had 400 listed startups in the year 2014. Today there are 100,000 startups, unicorns, heptacons, decacons, who are all contributing to the economic value of our country. In the Amritkal period, between 2022 to 2047, the year by which India will reach the centenary of its independence, it is in the hands of the younger ones whom we take care to emerge India as the dominant economic powerhouse of the world and also as a Vishwaguru, the place that it enjoyed from times immemorial 200-300 years before. And that would be the reason why institutions like ours are singularly very important for the development of the nation, as the tiny tots which are brought to our care are nurtured, grown and developed to become citizens of rank and size who can take the nation forward. Our founding fathers have given unto us this blessed task of ennobling life through the process of education. Education can never and ever be commerce as long as there is a spectre of poverty that hangs across even a microscopic minority across the landscape of the world. To deny education, basic as well as higher, on grounds of affordability sounds death knell for any democracy, and our democracy is no exception. The hallmark of a good democracy is to widen access and provide basic education through the process of affordability or even free ships. 10 million more sacred than honoring people who give lives, who give birth, or the people who teach. The people who teach give you the art of life. Those give only life through birth. So parents are much less compared to the teachers to be honored by the civil society. Education is not a preparation for life. Education is life itself. 10 million times more sacred than setting up 1,000 chowdhuries for feeding the poor or constructing 10,000 temples is to teach the 3 R's, the basics of education, to the poor, said Subramanya Bharati. Education is not information. It is not that amount of information that is stuffed onto the brain, that runs rot, remains undigested all through the life journey of a person. It is man-making, character building, assimilation of ideas. Education is a tuning fork that elevates the intellect to a higher level of thinking, the one that fosters scientific research, promotes understanding of the unknown, and finally ennobles life. It is the greatest gift that mankind can ever vest on itself and its brethren. Na choraharyam, na rajaharyam, na bhratupajyam, na bharakari, vaye krite vartate eva nityam, vidyadanam sarvadanat pradhanam. There can never be a greater gift that anyone can give to anyone except through the process of education. Who does not live for himself? I live for myself, you live for yourself. But he alone lives who lives for others. Yasmin jivati jivanti dina mitra bandavaha parasparam jivitam tasmai atmartho kona jivati. Who does not live for himself? But he alone lives who lives for the poor, the weak, the infirm, the desired, the wanted, the family, the friends, the relatives, and the society at large. From that point of view and that parameter of assessment, we all live. Because we all are involved in the noble process of educating the young ones which are entrusted to our care. And therefore, in as much as we stake our lives for the good of others, we all live. History is a pact between the unknown, the dead, the stillborn, and the unborn. One can ignore history only at the cost and the peril of losing his identity. The greatest lesson from history, says Adolph Huxley, is that we do not learn from history. We have a glorious history. Once we realize the full import of history, then we will know to correct the failures of the past, live through the present, and then look forward to the future with confidence and determination. We are all connected through the common cord called as education, coming as we were from diverse fields. Advancement in science and technologies have broken barriers, demolished boundaries, brought nations together. We today are neighbors. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, says the Upanishad. The entire world is a small global family. History has made all of us friends after we had become neighbors. Economics has made us partners. Those who are joined together by a common cause, none can do us apart. We are gifted and privileged that we have all been connected together by the common cord called as SIES. May we all be blessed to remain connected to this cord for the rest of our life journey and ensure that the value that this institution of SIES provides to the community, the society at large, is given in greater measure. May this institution grow in strength from year on year. Vardatam, Abhivardatam. May it generate the shakers and movers in large numbers for this blessed nation of ours. Institutions are like books. There are countless number of people who get a fleeting glance at the cover. There are very few who may get a chance to go through the index, the front page. But all of us are opinionated by the critics who would have never gone through what the contents are. There are very, very few who go through the contents. By our sincere efforts in the years ahead, if we can increase this very few to many who read the contents of SIES, then this journey of ours will be worthwhile. In 8 years from now, the society will be celebrating the centenary of its existence. Centenary is by efflux of time. Even a donkey reaches that age of milestone that comes. If we have to make it into a century of bliss, then it's time that we gird up our loins, shake the inertia that has enveloped us, surge forward with confidence and determination, and make the difference. We invite you all to continue to remain as stakeholders of this society, and during this exciting period of 8 years that is ahead, may we all take this institution to great heights. May we too, personally and professionally, enrich ourselves in the bargain, and we invite your kith and kin, your near and dear ones, to become stakeholders of this society. Thank you and God bless.